Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to welcome tonight's participants all over the globe. Thank you for joining us in this wonderful evening. Welcome to the Institute of Global Professionals free webinar. We appreciate you all for joining and please stay with us till the end. My lovely audience, today I am your host for the evening, Ellen Joy P. Ongriano, a secondary school teacher at Bonbon National High School under the Department of Education, Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, dear audience, I am proud to be associated with the Institute of Global Professionals as a global member. I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. I'm sure that this webinar will provide you with a lot of takeaways and payoffs, so we hope to have you all actively participate until the end of this event. As we indulge ourselves in today's meaningful discussion, let's take time to like, comment, and share this great opportunity by mentioning your friends and colleagues in the comment box. So let's watch and learn together because in IGP, we believe that power is gained by sharing knowledge and not hoarding it. Once again, I'm Miss Ellen Joy Piñamora Ungriano, a core volunteer and a professional member in IGP from the Philippines. I have been a radio announcer for more than 8 years now, and I am a proud practitioner of teaching profession. I am also a volunteer responder and an advocate of continuous learning and development. IGP continues to grow in members and worldwide link each day. Now, before starting our program, let me tell you about IGP. Institute of Global Professionals, or IGP, is an institution that provides social work. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So, we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. Institute of Global Professionals serves student and community resource, providing holistic social work and education in order to create a proficient generation. IGP is the leading online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. We make it a get a table to use for every knowledge seeker to originate personality, to become more ambitious, and to develop confidence in facing any circumstance and develop our own skills. We are entrusted with international recognition, and we also organized our webinar training with offline and online courses by best and trained speakers and coaches from all over the world. This is to create the best learning platform for you all. Our mission is to empower people and enhance what we have already completed with the previous 358 webinars successfully. We expect that as you become a part of this honored institute, you will continue to grow your personal and professional life. Let me remind you again, please do not forget to share, tag, and comment and mention your friends in the comment box because your attachment is encouraged or has encouraged us to do better and best service to our lovely audience. Our mission is to empower our youth, so stay with us by your support. I am cordially welcoming you all. Today we are presenting the 359th webinar entitled Establishing a School-Based Management Data Collection Scheme with our resource speaker for this webinar. So let us start the program. He is the head of the English department at Dr. San Juan E. Pastor Memorial National High School and a college professor at Holy Rosary College Foundation Incorporated in Caloocan City, Philippines. So please help me in welcoming our honored speaker for tonight. Once again, for the second time, sharing his expertise, Dr. Chris T. Zita. Let us all please give our virtual round of applause.
Okay, yes, good evening, everyone. Nice to see everyone here. And of course, glad again to be part of this, of course, sharing of ideas and sharing of insights, especially for my fellow Filipinos who are joining us together. And thank you again to our host for tonight. Thank you, Madam. We are from the same region actually. We just
Yes,
had a
sir.
chit chat a while ago. So let me share my screen and please share something about myself and to proceed with the presentation, of course. in connection with my topic for tonight, which is, of course, the 359th webinar. Okay, so I'll start by sharing a screen. Okay, okay, so I think, is it my presentation or my slide visible now, madam?
Yes, sir, visible, and the audio is audible.
Okay. So again, good evening again to all of our participants and attendees who joined me tonight for this 359th webinar of Institute of Global Professionals, or IGP. And I'm so honored to be part of this endeavor to impart important insights on key topics, especially the topic that I will be discussing or sharing to you tonight. Please stay tuned and hope you will listen attentively to my lecture on the topic establishing a school-based management data collection scheme, and I know many of the participants are very familiar with this and hope to share important facts about our experience that might of help or might be of help to you and to your school at present. Okay, so here are my affiliations and other related endeavors where I am busy with, primarily because I do believe in sharing is caring. So again, I am the head of the English department of our school and a keynote speaker in different international online conferences. Okay. And then, of course, one of the advisory board member of the Indonesian Share to Care Volunteers, which is one of the partners organization in Indonesia of IGP. And I've been awarded of 12 international doctorate honorary degree. That is why, by virtue of those titles, I am now being called the doctor. And then, of course, a part-time college professor, uh, still the research coordinator of our research center, or the Center for High School Research Innovations and Social Transformation, a country president of what we call Access to Human Rights International, which is a civic or non-government organization based in, of course, Bangladesh, but of course, runs out here in the Philippines. So I'm handling the presidency of this organization. And then, of course, I'm also a member of local and international research and professional organizations and non-government organizations, just like the NIEP, the United Nations, or the UNNRS, and PRE, again, and one of the partner organization of IGP here in the Philippines, or the Network of Professional Researchers and Educators, the IGRE, and then many others. Research presenter of the local and international research conferences. Of course, when you have your research presented, you might as well publish your works. So I do have my works published locally and internationally. Okay, and then I'm also a research fellow of the Independent Perception and Research Hub, also connected with one of the e-gazette or online gazette, where I am a reviewer and editor, director for membership, also one of the organizations, or the langlic.org, another advisory board membership, then president for Luzon of Maharlika, then of course the international consultant of his art gallery, the foundation, based in the Philippines, and deputy country director of Yes You Can International, and presently the managing director of the masterclass of Yes You Can International, based in the United Kingdom. And last on the list, I have not included all because I don't want everything to be uh, spelled out or to be known. At present, I'm the National Executive Vice President of the National Academy for Professional Skills and Development, which is, of course, another partner organization of IGP here in the Philippines. Okay, so before we formally start, let me give you first this quotation from quotemaster.org. This is so interesting and might inspire you to continue on your journey about SBM, or the school based management. So, good management is the art of making problems so interesting and their solutions so constructive that everyone wants to get to work and deal with them. Okay, because this is primarily what we're going to do if we will be part of this school. Anyway, all members of the school are part of this SB or the school-based management. Okay, so again, my topic is about establishing a school-based management data collection scheme. So I'm Professor Dr. Chris Zita, professor by virtue of an honorary professorship award, and a doctor by virtue of the 12 honorary degree title awarded. Okay, okay, so let's proceed with the context and rationale. So, our school is a leading and performing school in different levels of competitions. Since the school started its service to its clientele and bringing quality education to all, the school has been known all throughout the province of Batangas, Philippines. Not only the province, but of course in the national level or all throughout the Philippines, because we've been also part of the different awardees or we've received different awards from the national level. At present, the school is still a performing school and is still receiving awards and recognitions in different fields. In accordance with this, valuable and reliable documents must be kept in order to track the real performance of the school in terms of the what we call school-based management. Okay, so we are anchored on DepEd Order number 83, series of 2012, which is called the Implementing Guidelines on the Revised School-Based Management or SBM Framework Assessment Process and Tool, or the SBM APAT. Okay, so the main focus are, of course, to better highlight the learner as the center of the SBM practice and to encompass diverse realities of learning contexts defined uniquely occurring within specific geographic, social, cultural, economic, political, and and of course environmental makeup that make up the of course contemporary society. Another is to enhance the commitment of education stakeholders at all levels to their responsibilities and accountabilities in realizing the education outcomes for children, which is of course another is that to further promote shared governance between the school community, to integrate accreditation in SDBM for a seamless assessment for a school system, and to improve the school system's capacity to be on track in achieving EFA or the education for all. And of course, the what we call Millennium Development Goals or the MDG, and to sustain good performance. These are the main concerns of SBM, wherein all schools must take into consideration in order to track their performance, because this is very important to know the level and of course how the community communicate, how each and every stakeholders of the school and the community where the school belong work hand in hand in order to at least uplift the level of the performance of the school. Of course, if you uplift the level of the performance of the school, that means you are also uplifting the knowledge and skills of the learners, likewise the teachers also. So at present, our school is one of uh, during the research period or during this was done, we were at level performance of 2.59, considered as advanced. So, although we are in the advanced stage, collecting data and documents has been a problem in updating the SBM performance of the school. Maybe because you might be wondering why we do really have problems in, of course, filing and collecting data. So, at present, just to give additional info, we are almost 200 teachers in the school, and we are catering to almost 7,000 students, not only within our town, but in neighboring town. Okay, so you can just imagine how drastic or how difficult it is to collect and to, of course, update all those different datas or documents that needed to be archives or be put in the what we call SBM MOBs or means of verifications. Okay, I hope you're still with me, and I hope you will still continue to stay with me until the end because we do have what we call a quiz show later on. So you might as well listen attentively as I share this research or action research which I have, and this was already presented in the what we call CBER, or Conference of Basic Education Researchers, uh, Southeast Asia, or CBER-C. So what are the basis of literature of my work? So assessment of school-based management, which was of course released in October 1996, tells us how schools make school-based management work. So this emphasizes the proponents of SBM argue that increasing the involvement of school-level stakeholders in managing schools will increase also the capacity of schools to improve by increasing stakeholders' ownership and accountability for school performance. Again, this is very important because without the help of our other stakeholders, the PPAs or the programs, projects, and activities that are lined up for the school year, I think they won't be possible or they won't be realized without any help or without any, of course, collaboration with the different stakeholders. Because I do believe if these stakeholders are tapped or linked to the different projects and to the school, they are being part of the owners of the school. So they will really take time and make efforts to really do something to make the school improve, not only in its facilities, but of course in other undertakings, more so with the programs, projects, and activities that are, of course, centered on the learning outcomes of our learners. Moving on, another literature, the basis of this work, of course, is the work, or this is the, again, this was already stated a while ago. This is the Department of Education Order number 83, series of 2012, entitled Implementing Guidelines on the Revised School-Based Management, or the SBM Framework, Assessment Process and Tool, or SBM APAT. So this was discussed again, just to reiterate and to at least uh, might as well take into consideration or internalize every details here, because these are the primary roles, or you form part, and you should be you should collaborate with your fellow personnel or teachers or whoever inside the school are and outside the school, so that you'll be able to at least make a realization and be able to at least help in leveling up your performance, especially with the school-based management. Okay, so the main focus are, of course, to better highlight the learner as the center of SBM practice. Okay, so our learners are the center, or our main focus. Okay, so that is why we are doing all our best to make our classroom speak and span, conducive for learning, providing necessary infographics. Okay, so and so on and so forth. And then, of course, to encompass diverse realities of learning context defined uniquely occurring within specific geographic. So this has something to do with what we call the localization, contextualization, and indigenization of different materials or activities that will, of course, enhance not only the intellectual aspect of your or our learners, but of course the social aspect. Because we do believe that without social activities, our learners will just be just simply learning theories and not sharing or not providing the necessary practice, or of course for them to be able to practice this, they must have a real actual scenario or uh, first-hand experience of the different activities that they need to have. And then, of course, this has something to do with the social, cultural, economic, political, and environmental, which of course make up the contemporary society. These are part of our society, so therefore we need to develop in them this different aspect. Okay, and then of course to enhance commitment of education stakeholders at all levels to their responsibilities and accountabilities in realizing the education outcomes for children. So when we talk about stakeholders, so we mean the teachers, the parents, other school personnel, members of the community, members of the Department of Education, the local government units, the non-government organizations, and so on and so forth, who can really share and take part of the responsibility and duties in, of course, uplifting the knowledge and skills and performances of our school learners. Okay? Another is to integrate accreditation in SBM for a seamless assessment of school system and to improve the school system's capacity to be on track in achieving the EFA or Education for All, which means that no child left behind, and then the Millennium Development Goals, okay, and to sustain good performance. So again, these are the different issues and concerns that I need or we need to really understand why we do really have to be serious enough and focus our attention and our efforts in this SBM, most especially in our country, of course, the Philippines. And this is not only, of course, again, for our country alone, because this is also being participated or performed and applied by different schools in how they manage their schools in different countries. Okay, moving on to another literature, okay, or key literature is the key literature of Reed, Lindsay, and Antique Tamar Manuelian, which was released in 2017. So this is entitled, or the work is entitled, Investigations into Using Data to Improve Learning. So Philippines case study. So there has been case study about how to use data to improve learning. So it is stated that, of course, as a result of this quality deficit in education, demand has increased for the collection and use of more and better data to tackle corruption, not only corruption, but also bolster monitoring and accountability in service delivery, enable more sophisticated decision making, and facilitate a focus on results and learning. Often, these information based initiatives are coupled with a push for decentralization to enhance school autonomy, accountability, and parental engagement, which requires robust data collection and management processes at the school level. So it means that the responsibility of managing the school, it's not only tasks are given to the school head or the principal or to the president of a school, but more so to each and every individual who are really directly and indirectly connected or contacted or linked to the learners. Okay, okay, moving on for the methodology, how I was able to come up with the results and what was my main focus in, of course, continuing or conducting this action research. Okay, so our my research questions were only three, as simple as that. But of course, with this three, I think this three concerns, I think you will be able to at least be able to analyze and will come up with an idea of what you're going to do on what should be done at the end of this activity with your schools or with anything that has something to do with management. Okay, so the first one is what common problems are being encountered in filing or collecting MOBs for the SBM. Again, MOBs, means of verifications. These are the different documents that we need to really collate, and prepare, and of course, in order to have a visual data or means to verify what has transpired within a year or within a 3 years period, so that this will form as your, of course, facts and of course data collected. And then number two, the common practices being practiced by the respondents in their data gathering procedure, because of course with school-based management there's specific team who manages or do all the tasking. So let's try to find out what are the practices so that you can at least get to know if their practices are good enough to at least make or provide a higher level of participation in the SBM. And of course, because of the two problems, I want to come up with what school-based management data scheme can be proposed or can be provided to better manage data of the school. Okay, so let's continue and let's go to the what we call how I was able to or what did I do as part of the methodology, the input process output, the IPO. What are the input? Of course, uh, I didn't use a survey questionnaire, but I did use analysis of the feedbacks on data and file management system being followed. Okay, and then the process, of course, I need to have the feedbacks. I need to process the feedbacks from the SBM team members so that I'll be able to at least be able to provide an output, which is of course adapting the school-based management data scheme model. Okay, so who are these respondents where I have taken the feedbacks? Okay, so I just or in total I do only have 10 individuals. Okay, which consists of 7 master teachers and 3 head teachers or department head of our school. Only at the on our junior high school department, who are who I considered as the main respondents of my study. So how did I gather the data or the data gathering procedure? So I used formal or casual conversation. Sometimes from the casual conversations that you have, you get to know how are things done. And of course, if you want to try to uh, realize or validate the casual conversation or the transpire or the data that you have taken from the formal or casual conversation, you can have your small group discussion, and then from that small group discussion you'll be able to get to know some key points or some issues or major issues that you need to discuss again for your focus group discussion. So again, those are my procedure in data gathering. So I use formal, casual conversation, SGD, and FGD, or small group discussion, and then the focus group discussion. Okay, so let me introduce now this what we call innovation. Innovation in a way that with the result of this action result, I was able to at least come up with what we call data collection scheme model, which I call Project 6 Cs. Why 6 Cs? Because it consists of 6 cycles or 6 circles. Okay. Uh, where do we start with this? How this work? Of course, we start with this first circle here on top. Okay, which is of course the class advisors, the special teachers, the students, stakeholders. So documents are these are the origin of the document. So documents are being prepared, submitted, photocopied by the concerned individuals, which of course will be submitted to, of course, the subject coordinators, the grade level chairman, the guidance counselor, finance officers, the general PTA, the Parents Teachers Association officers, and then of course other stakeholders. Next, we move to this one, to the next cycle. Of course, documents are collected and consolidated by who were who or which among this or who among these members of this team need the particular document. Okay, down here, this is what is missing: the records officer for the data bank. Okay, so uh, collected, curated, and consolidated documents are submitted, of course, to the records officer and kept in the what we call data bank. So next is teachers in charge of every principal retrieves necessary documents needed for their assigned principal profiling. So we do have 4 principals, so it means there are 4 teams. Okay, that will man or be needing the documents. So they just have to sort the documents and get what particular document is intended for their particular principal. And then next is, of course, to validate the collected and submitted MOBs. So file documents and MOBs will be verified by the SBM Technical Working Group for Quality Assurance. If this document passed or, of course, qualifies for the MOBs. And then, of course, the last cycle is SBM MOBs. So this will be our, uh, of course, proof what we have done, what transpired within the year, so that there, if there will be an assessment and evaluation from the higher ups or other institutions, this is or these are what we are going to show them for means of verification that the school had reached this specific level. Okay. Then of course, if these are already verified and checked and quantified by the assessment team of the different organizations in the next level, aside from the school level, we will be able to know our SBM level of performance. Okay, moving on. So, what were the findings? Why I was able to come up with that innovation or the project 6 C's or the data collection model scheme? First, of course, it was revealed based from the data gathering procedure that most of the time the needed documents or MOBs are missing in the principal's office since there is no assigned record officer. So there is no one who really file or take charge of keeping of the files. And another is that the MOBs are not submitted on time, which of course another problem which hampers the preparation and filing of such MOBs for assessing the level of the school-based management performance. And it was noted that based from the small group discussion and focus group discussion, that the team who manages the filing of documents does not follow a particular procedure and filing necessary documents as per needed in updating the level of the performance of school in SBM. So they individually go directly to the concerned personnel whenever they need such documents. So if I am the one tasked to be the chairman of a principal, or let's say a principal one, I will be the one to uh, consult or mean go to directly to the teachers and ask for the documents. So if we have 200 teachers, so you'll be talking to 200 teachers just to get all the documents that you need. So it's quite difficult. Okay, so it's really painstaking. So that's why I hope this won't happen to you anymore because of this sharing of insights which happened into our school. Okay, so what was the implication of this? Okay, of those. So this paper will of course help in the proper management and collection of documents of data and data. So this again study was conducted to create a data management scheme for better handling and safekeeping of files intended for the use of the school as MOBs for SBM. So we really need to have a process, a procedure, or a smooth for a smooth flow and be able to at least uh, be able to have all the MOBs or the proofs for validation, and not only providing the what we call half-baked materials or MOBs for let's say so that we will not only be staying in a particular level. Okay, so it's really important because this will affect the performance of the school whenever there is what we call validation from other institutions or organizations, or maybe the next level, let's say the district level or the division level or what level it may be, okay, for providing so that they will be able to provide technical assistance and for us to be able to at least realign everything to what is needed, and so that we'll be able to provide our learners and our other stakeholders with the proper information on what track are we going to lead them so that in the long run, there will be a partnership and there's collaboration among all the stakeholders, from the students up to the different stakeholders that we have. The internal stakeholders, which of course consists of the teachers, the school heads, the different personals inside the school, and of course, very important also are the external stakeholders, so the community people, the local government units, the non-government organizations, the alumni associations, and so on and so forth, so that at least you will be able to work hand in hand, and you will be able to distribute all the responsibilities, not only handling all these responsibilities or not assigning all these responsibilities with, of course, one particular person, in order for them to really work, or at least you will be working hand in hand, and you will have a good relationship with your fellow teachers or fellow members of the group. And I think that will lead you to be providing all the necessary MOBs, and not only the MOBs, but of course we will be able to at least realize the vision, mission, your personal vision, mission, the school mission, vision, although we do have a department vision and mission. Okay, so at least we have the target, so we'll be able to get or be able to reach all the targets that we have for the school year, for the specific year, and we'll be able to at least provide our learners with a lifelong learning that they will need for them to develop or to improve, to become what we call worthy individuals, and for them to become the asset of our society, not a liabilities. Because this is what is going on with other institutions or people who are not really would like to engage themselves to learn more, because they do believe in their own idealism. They do have their own ideas. For my conclusion, okay, so again, it was revealed that important documents or MOBs are missing because there is no record officer assigned and other MOBs are not submitted on time. Likewise, no particular scheme or procedure is being followed in collecting, filing, and safekeeping of important documents, which shows not all documents needed are collected and are kept. Okay, so it's quite uh, not easy to do this, especially with a big school. Thus, this requires to have a particular scheme to be able to collect all necessary data and documents together. Okay, so now we were able to at least realize what we need. Now we do have a specific room where all the documents needed are kept for validation. Okay, for to show that these are the proof of our hardship and hard work for the whole school year and for the 3 years, because I do believe, or I know that what is required is 3 years documentation of what have been transpired in our schools. Okay, another, so these recommendations were taken into consideration in, of course, accomplishing or doing that innovation which I presented a while ago, the Project 6Cs, or the data collection model scheme. Okay, first, of course, we should provide, or a record officer must be assigned to manage the keeping and filing of MOBs for easy access of all needed documents. So likewise, a technical working committee must be created to oversee the validity and verify the filed MOBs for quality control. Luckily, we were not only able to provide a specific room for our, or a storage room for our MOBs, but likewise we were able to at least have a record officer who will of course manage and keep and file the MOBs that we need. Okay, and of course, the technical working group is already assisting, and of course, are the ones validating and verifying the MOBs filed. Because again, we do have the junior high school and the senior high school, so we combined our documents so that we'll be able to at least get to know what is the excuse me, the, of course, performance level of performance of the entire school. Next, so again, a scheme must be followed by the team in order to accomplish and file important MOBs together for future use. So with the present scheme or the model scheme that I presented, we were able to channel all or distribute the responsibility so that at least all the documents needed and necessary for filing are kept and submitted on time and not on the due date, or maybe not filed anymore because they were forgotten or someone have forgotten to at least call up or contact the person involved in order for them to at least realize that these documents are very important. Although these are just pieces of papers, but of course these are very vital and these are very uh, important in determining such uh, level of performance of course, the teachers, the students, the community. So they must collaborate and they must really have one particular goal and one particular road to track or to lead them in order for, of course, to have a specific target. So if we are targeting so many goals, but if we are not united in targeting these goals, how can we be able to at least accomplish all the activities that are intended to at least continue our work or continue our effort and realize the what we call education for all and the millennium development goals, and how can we be able to at least answer or be able to accomplish the SDG or SDG 4, which is quality education. Okay, so the sustainable development goals. How can we provide quality education to each and every learner if we don't know what problem or what do we need to improve and what do we need to continue? So we must know how what are we going to uh, unlearn, okay, and relearn, and of course continue to do, because sometimes we need to remove or we should not follow anymore, or we should not apply anymore those practices that are not really applicable for this present situation, because we need to be flexible enough in order for us to at least continue and be able to at least provide again the lifelong learning that our learners need nowadays. Okay, so next, okay, so another recommendation. So the proposed flowchart will be provided to make the filing of important MOBs easy. So our team have already convened, and of course, this is very important for us to realize and make strategies on how to really collate, file, and collect all necessary data and documents. So again, data gathering, it's not that easy, especially that if you have again 200 teachers and 6 to 7 thousand students. Okay, so because we really need this one in order for us to start from where we are weak and continue from where we are strong in, of course, processing and of course in collaborating and connecting with our learners. So school-based management is really an important aspect of a school system, because this is how to check and balance everything, from the processes, from the practices, from the outcomes. And I do believe if we try to really go deeper to the important details about these MOVs and the SBM practices, we will be able to at least make our school not only known, but of course have that quality of services, not only for our school learners, but of course to our parents and to other stakeholders who are helping and who are part of our community, in order for us to at least uh, of course stop them or lead them to be part of the owners of the school. Because I do believe in uh, sh- the term sharing is caring. If we try to share the responsibilities and let them accept the responsibility, everything will happen. And of course, your programs, projects, and activities that you are proposing or that you are going to have within a year will be uh, much easy for you to at least do or accomplish, because you know that there are some people or there are people who will continue to help you and will continue to provide their assistance without any or without asking any compensation, because they know they are part of the owners of the school, and they are also part of improving the learning outcomes of our school. So we might as well do this in order for us to have what we call an easy, or our duties and responsibilities will not be difficult enough to at least turn us down, but of course will help us, or those people will help us to at least engage more and do more for the school and do more for our learners. So the teacher advisors, subject coordinators, we do, because we have subject coordinators, programs and project coordinators will also be convened to explain the process or scheme to be followed for data collection, management, and safekeeping. Again, with this kind of process, or with this kind of attitude, telling all your stakeholders, especially those who are in the field, will mean that you are really on the right track, or you are having a common target. Because if you just kept the idea for yourself, it means that you are not trying to help in solving the problem, but you're just trying to help yourself, because you just like to know the problem and kept it to yourself, and the problem just got bigger and bigger. But instead of solving it, you are part of the problem that has been started. So you might as well collaborate, distribute responsibility. My term here is collaboration and distribution. Collaborate, work together, distribution or distributive responsibility. So you give your other members of your teachers or staff or whoever is good enough for a particular field with a responsibility. So teachers are given the responsibility of taking care of how many brains, how many minds, how many souls within a particular time or within a particular hour. What more? What can they do if they will be given this task of being part of the school system, or being part of those people who will work for the school? Okay, this is a part of school management. So we might as well distribute the responsibility and be able to at least have them realized that they are part of the school. Okay, a good leader always uh, provide opportunities for others to grow and to be leaders also. Being a leader is leading by example. If you were able to have other people grow and made them leaders in their own field, then you are a true leader. Let's not think of I am you work for me, or don't say that you work for me, but instead let us work together, because working together will make our tasks and responsibilities easy, and of course making all our programs and projects and activities a realization. This is for the benefit of the school children, our school learners, our young minds. Plus, of course, you will have that good feeling of that you were able to share what you have, even the simplest thing that you can share, or even the smallest thing that you can share, in providing, of course, a good opportunity for your learners to grow and to improve themselves and be able to become a successful individual in the future, and making your own school or your institution be known because you have good practices, and that each and every one of you are united. You you have that great cooperation, and that each member of the faculty or teachers are considered as family members and not as just merely teachers. Because if I do believe that working together, collaborating together, working as family makes everything easy. Okay, I hope I was able to have some good insights shared to you in order to at least help you, especially those who are in the Department of Education, who are now in this process of, at this, I think much or many of us have already started, of course, this SBM. This has been uh, with us for so many years, but then again, some are not yet given the opportunity to be working as part of the team of the SBM. And working with the SBM team is quite, of course, difficult and hard enough to at least. But of course, if you are working together, again, two heads are better than one. And here in our country, we do believe that if a stick broom, single stick uh, broom is used to sweep the floor, you won't be able to swipe or sweep the floor or polish everything. But uh, a bunch or tied together, you will be able to create an impact on the lives of your teachers, the community, and most especially to your, of course, to your learners. Okay, I hope that will be enough. Okay, so thank you everyone. Stay safe because COVID is still here, and I hope that even though it's COVID or we are still in this pandemic, please try to look at the positivity or the positive side of this pandemic. Because in my case, I was able to at least engage with many people around the globe, around the world, and had this opportunity to talk and share some important insights, not only in the field of SBM, but of course in ICT in education. That is my, and of course, about English language around the globe. So hoping that one day I will be able to collaborate, and I am willing to collaborate if you'll be accepting me as one of your collaborators in your future endeavor, especially with this SBM. So again, thank you. You can just connect with me with those details. So that's my Facebook account and Gmail and Messenger. Okay. I hope that will be enough. And of course, thank you to, of course, Slides Carnival. I need to, of course, give credit to this for the design of my PowerPoint background. So thank you again and good evening, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chris Zita. It is our honor to have you here for the second time. Of course, giving us once again a timely and comprehensive discussion of our topic. Now, we have here many participants with us today, and at this juncture po, we will proceed with the next part of our webinar. And I am encouraging everyone, all participants, this knowledge seeker, to please participate in our online quiz, which you can find in slido.com with our code IGP quiz. Once again, you can see the link in the screen. You will, or you should type www.slido.com and please use the code IGP quiz. So I'm encouraging our knowledge seekers, our dear participants, to log in now while we are waiting for the rest. And while we are waiting for the participants to join in slido.com using the code IGP quiz, I would like to encourage our participants to please mention your friends, your colleagues, and let the community or let your community be aware of this amazing institution for them to develop their personal and professional skills. Once again, you can see the link on the screen www.slido.com and use the code QUIZIGP.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
link is
Today we sense our code for only one day. The code is quiz IGP. Thank you, ma'am.
thank you. Now, at this point, we are still waiting for the other participants to join. As of now, we have a progress of the participants. Okay, so we have more and more participants joining our quiz today. Now, for everyone's information and our quiz, there will be 10 blessed or 10 lucky people who will receive a certificate of quiz completion or quiz completion certificate at the end of this quiz. So these 10 people are the ones who will be leading the leadership board later after the quiz. Okay, so we're still waiting for the participants. Once again, you can find the link in the comment box and you can find all the other information on the screen. All right, we're still waiting for the others to join. Once again, while waiting, we are encouraging everyone to please mention your friends, your colleagues, and share this amazing opportunity for growth and development to your community. You may also share this in your timeline or in your newsfeed. Okay, so we have growing numbers of participants. And our platform is still open for more. You may still join our quiz. And while we are waiting for the rest to join, we can make time to reflect on today's discussion. Okay, so for today's quiz, we have the first question. Collected, collated, and consolidated documents are submitted to the records officer and kept in the data bank. Is it yes or no? Okay, and 94% answered yes, while 6% answered no. What will be the answer? Okay, so good. 94% had the correct answer. Okay, so in our leaderboard, we have Marivic B. Clavesilia leading the leaderboard for the first question. For the second question, the study was conducted to create a data management bank for better handling and safekeeping of files intended for the use of the school as MOVs for SBM. Is it a yes or a no? Choose your answers. Okay, and now we're tallying the scores. We have 93% who's answered yes and 7% who answered no. And the correct answer is no, which is 7% of the answer. Now, congratulations to the 7%. Number three, a scheme must be followed by the team in order to accomplish and file important MOVs together for future use. Is the answer yes or is the answer no? Click your answer now. All right. So we have the data 96% answered yes and 4% answered no. And the correct answer is we have 96%. Congratulations, participants. Okay, now let's take a look at the update in our leaderboard. In question number 3 out of 10, we have a change. In a leading participant, we have Ma'am Rosemary R. Britanta leading our leaderboard for question or until question number 3. Good luck, participants. Next question, as revealed from the interview, and most of the time, the needed documents or MOVs are missing in the principal's office since there is no assigned record officer. Is the answer yes or no? Choose your answer now. And your answers are 61% answered yes, while 39 answered no. And the correct answer reveals yes, which is 61%. Great job, participants. Okay, so in our leaderboard, we still have one leading, Ma'am Rosemary. Congratulations, Ma'am Rosemary. Keep it up. And to the rest of the participants, more power. Next, after the researcher collected enough information, small group discussion or SGD was done to verify the data gathered. Is your answer yes? Click it now. Or is your answer no? Click it now. Okay, so let's see the consolidation of your score or your answer rather. 88% said yes and 12% said no, which is the correct answer is the 12%. Congratulations, participant who answered no. Okay, so in the leaderboard, we have a new leading participant. We have Mr. Lamberto S. Pilatan Jr. Congratulations for question number 5, leading right now in our leaderboard. Next question, what are some top priorities of classroom management, time management, relationship with student, establishing behavior rules, or maintaining highest rank within teachers and having uniform lessons? Choose your answer. Okay, click your answers now. Let's see the consolidation of your answers. 98% chose the first one and 2% chose the second option. What is the correct answer? We have the first option. And in our leaderboard, still leading our quiz for today in question number 6, Mr. Lamberto S. Pilatan Jr. Good job, sir. And to the rest of the participants, keep it up. A mainstay of therapy for the management of chronic diseases is it occupational and physical therapy or is it lifestyle changes? You may choose your answer now. All right. Now the data shows 59% chose occupational and physical, while 41% chose lifestyle changes. So the final answer is lifestyle changes. Now let's see who's leading the leaderboard. We have Soy. Wow, congratulations. We have a new leading participant. Now keep it up to the rest of the quiz participants. And now for question number 8. A collection of raw data that is put into a computer. Is it input or is it output? You may select your answers now. Once again, input or output? You may select your answers now. For 86%, 86 said it is input, while 14% says it's output. Now let's see what the correct answer is. Okay, so we have 86% who says it is input and they are correct. Congratulations. Okay, now let's take a look at the update. Still leading the leaderboard, Soy. Congratulations to that participant and to the rest. Now please keep it up. We still have two more questions. Number 9, it is an organized collection of information. Is it a homepage or the database? Once again, an organized collection of information. Is it homepage or database? Choose your answers now. Okay, great. Now let's take a look at your answers. We have 96% answered database and 4% answered homepage. And we have the 96% in the correct answer. Great job, participants. Okay, now we have Mr. Lamberto Espilatan Jr. once again leading our leaderboard for tonight's quiz. And who will it be for the last question? A portable data storage device. Is it flash drive or Wookie? It is a portable data storage device. Is it flash drive or Wookie? Choose your answer now. Who will lead the leaderboard for tonight's quiz? Let us know. Let's take a look at the consolidation of the answers. We have, 100% says flash drive, while 0%. Okay, great. Now we have all participants answered correctly. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. Who topped today's quiz? Okay, congratulations, Soy, for topping today's quiz, to Carmela Haen, to Ma'am Anna Marie J. Mercado, and to the rest of the top 10. Once again, congratulations, quiz competition winners. Now, for those top 10 winners, we shall have a certificate for those in the leaderboard. Once again, congratulations. And to the rest of the participants, we still have more webinars to come, and I'm sure we still have a chance to be one of the top 10. Once again, thank you so much for the participants in joining the quiz for tonight. Okay, so we have the following names in our screen. Jameline Rivera. We also have, of course, Mr. Lamberto Pelatan still in the top 10. We have Chofi, and then we have Larry. And then we have the last, or who reached the top 10, we have Ma'am Ingrid and the rest of the list. Once again, congratulations to our participants and better luck next time to the rest of the participants who would like to be part of the top 10. Now, at this juncture, we shall now proceed with the question and answer portion. We will invite our speaker for tonight to answer the questions of the participants. You may post your answer in the comment box and address our speaker for tonight. And then we will read it to our speaker and then give him an opportunity to answer your questions. You may post your Once again, good evening, sir. It is our honor for you to join us tonight, Professor Dr. Chris
Yes,
Zita from the Philippines.
it's my pleasure also. Being part of this organization is a great pleasure, and of course, it's very heartwarming that you can share and, of course, care to all those who really would like to listen to us. Because if you don't want to change your mindset and think of the negativity, no changes will happen to you.
Yes, indeed. So we always need to look in the bright side of every situation. Indeed, sir. Okay, now we're still waiting for our participants to post their questions. Now we have here our Professor Dr. Chris Zita to answer. And we are still encouraging everyone to post their question. We have the first one from Bernardo R. Guevara Jr. He said, "Good day. What will happen to the school if they did not meet at least SBM level 1?"
Okay, so SBM level 1. So mostly schools can reach the SBM level 1 because that will just depend on the papers or the MOBs. Anyway, everything that is needed in the SBM are practiced mostly by each school, whether small or big. It's just a matter of how to collate or to collaborate or to file the different documents. And of course, we need to have this ready every now and then. SBM level 1, uh, it is one of the, I think, considered as part of the uh, what we call the performance-based bonus analysis, or sometimes these are considered as during the commendations or recognitions of schools that are reaching to this, and some are benchmarking those who have reached the level 3 and are being asked to, of course, collaborate with other institutions or with other schools. And of course, we you can do also benchmarking. If you think you don't or you won't be able to reach level 1, but I think you will be able to reach level 1 because that is the easiest way. But of course, we don't want to reach only level 1. We need to reach the highest level because we want to make our learners reach the highest level also.
Thank you so much, sir, for that encouragement for Sir Bernardino. Okay, now we have the next question from Evelyn Waperi. Good evening, sir. What are the challenges you encountered in the conduct of the study? Thank you.
Actually, no problems encountered since this my respondents are my fellow teachers in our school. So uh, I started with the SBM in our school, and uh, there are so many schools who are already benchmarking our school, our processes, and the documents that are being prepared, and how do we really do our processes so that they can also do that in their own school, because it's not a competition anyway. It's not a competition. It's just a matter of how we can improve our own processes so that in return, we will be able to give what our learners or our stakeholders need. Because from these identified problems and issues, based from the MOBs, we can really prepare for the future and be able to at least target something that we need to do for the benefits of everyone. Okay. Thank you also, Ma'am Evelyn.
Thank you, sir. Now, I really like also the part where you always emphasize how unity plays a big role in the SBM and how each effort will contribute to that unity and would be able to give a better or bigger impact on the learner po. Thank you so much, Ma'am Evelyn Waperi. And we're still encouraging questions from our participants. We have here our speaker for today who is very much willing to answer all of your concerns. Once again. We are encouraging our participants. If you have any concerns or questions, our speaker for today is very much willing to address those. All right, we're still waiting for the rest of the participants to construct their questions. Thank you so much, Aki Adhikari, for your compliment. Thank you. And to the rest of the participants who've been with us since the beginning of this webinar and are still with us up to now. Again, we are encouraging your questions and we are open for your concerns. And to answer Ma'am Dumasigel, Lilia, she's asking where to get the certificate. So we will have that announced later after this part of the event. And of course, we have Ma'am Evelyn Waperi acknowledging your answer to her question, sir. She said, thank you for encouraging us to implement SBM effectively. So it seems like really, sir, this discussion is very timely and very quality based for the teachers so that they would be able to do their SBMs effectively for this year. Thank you so much, Ma'am Evelyn. And do we still have more questions or more concerns? Yes. So while we are okay, so we have another question raised by Ingrid Camiles. We are preparing for our SBM level 3. What possible advice would you give us to get to that level?
Okay, so actually, we are also preparing for the level three, but of course, we do have the criteria. So, its criteria are provided for us to what MOBs are we going to prepare or collect. Okay, so just a reminder to each and everyone. So, even though you are aiming for even SBM1, SBM2, or level 1, level 2, level 3, please make it a real scenario. What is really happening in your school, please show it through your documents. Do not manipulate or do not prepare unsolicited materials or for the sake of just I just want to be on the level 2 or level 3, I will prepare the materials needed. No. So please make sure that all your documents are really the true documents that you need to show to the validators. So we have what type of documents to be prepared for each level. Okay, maybe your principal one will reach level 3, your other principles will just reach level 2. So anyway, at least you know where to improve and where to focus your attention the next time you prepare for your materials or for the upcoming proof of evidences or evidences that you would like to or that you need to prepare or you need to collect in order for you to have these MOBs at hand or be ready in your SBM corner or maybe an SBM room or an SBM conference room.
Okay. All right, Ma'am Ingrid Camiles, thank you so much for raising that concern. And once again, Dr. Christy Zita is still open for your concern. Thank you once again, Ma'am Ingrid Camiles. She's sending her appreciation. Okay, so once again, thank you so much to all our participants who are still active as of now from the beginning until now. They are still with us. Thank you so much. And right now, Dr. Christy Zita is still open to address your concerns or your questions.
Okay, so maybe while waiting, so to each and every participants who will be part of the SBM team in your school, you can just maybe ask for the checklist of documents that you need to at least collect from your fellow teachers or from your colleagues, so that at least you have an idea of what to expect in the future. Maybe some of the documents will not be available for this year, and that only shows that you need to really change or maybe realign your processes and procedures in your schools, so that you'll be able to at least provide all the necessary documents, proof of evidences of your practices. Because again, SBM has something to do with the different processes and procedures that you and your colleagues and the school itself follow, in order to at least make it what we call a conducive learning and a platform or a venue for future leaders of our society.
Thank you so much, sir. And now do we still have more concerns from our participants? Okay, so we have more appreciations posted by the participants. Thank you so much. So while we are waiting for the rest to post their concerns, do you still want to add more to your discussion for tonight, sir? Or would you like to give some reminders or tips to those SBM coordinators or SBM personnels?
Okay, maybe just a tip for those who will be joining the team, or uh, being part of the uh, responsible people who will be collaborating with other individuals. Please make sure that to have that patience, okay? Because it's not a one night or an overnight activity that everything will be complete. So for us, we do channel our efforts, okay, so that everyone will be able to at least have that process of from the lowest, or I mean from the classroom teacher up to the grade level chairman to the subject coordinators. Because we do have this because we are in a big school, but for those who are in a small school, it's much easier for them to prepare or to collate or collect all the files that are needed, because you'll just be talking and discussing and asking for help for your from your colleagues. But in our case, of course, we need to channel because we are a big school. So that is the challenge. That's why filing and of course providing a data bank is quite difficult. If we will not do it, it will just be ruined our processes, or it will not provide a healthy environment for us to work and to prepare and to at least put up this SBM corner for this school year.
Thank you so much, sir, for that additional tip. And at this juncture, we will now proceed on the process on how to get the certificates for the participants. You may click the link on the comment box, or you may see or look or take the information in the screen. We have the code to be used IGP4983, and we have the link in the comment box. Once again, for our participants who would want to claim their certificate after this webinar, you may claim using the link given in the comment box. Once again, our sincerest appreciation for tonight's speaker, Dr. Chris T. Zita, and the rest of the knowledge seekers who took time to join us today. So once again, do not forget to collect your e-certificate from our website or by the link mentioned in the comment box. So you will be able to collect it after the end of this session. And before we formally conclude this event, I would like to acknowledge all knowledge seekers who always continuously inspires IGP to provide the quality webinars for all the participants. I am confident and positively certain that today's session will be another step towards everyone's growth. Once again, thank you so much po, Professor Dr. Chris Zita, for giving us this comprehensive and very timely discussion. To our worthy viewers, if you had gained an insightful knowledge and growth from today's session, please take time to leave a review of today's session and also recommend our page by sharing it to your friends. You may share it to your colleagues and to your community. Again, I would like to remind everyone to collect their e-certificates in the link located in the comment box. And after acquiring the certificate, please do not forget to celebrate with IGP by checking in our page and leaving a review. So with this, we can understand and be inspired to continue in catering all participants with worthy contents and quality webinars. We hope to see you all again in the upcoming webinar. Until then, be safe and always spread positivity in life and career. Once again, stay safe. And again, I am your host, Ellen Joy Ungriano, now signing off. Thank you and bye.